What's up, friends? Fellow card collectors, Card Obvious here, and today we're going to be doing another binder video. So some of you may remember from December I did a bunch of binder videos. I tried doing an end of the year binder thing where I showed off all my binders and what they look like at the end of the year. I decided to scrap that idea moving forward because there's just a lot of work, you know, at one time at the end of the year to try to get all those binders in order and film them and do the editing and all that. So instead I decided monthly I was going to show off a binder every month. So this video was supposed to be done by the beginning of the month was what my plan was, but of course, you know, things changed, so I wasn't able to do the binder video at the beginning of the month, but here we have it now. So the format's gonna be a little bit different. Number one, I changed the way I organize my binders. I did have them alphabetically by Hall of Famer, but I changed that. I'm always fiddling something with my binders. I'm never satisfied. I always got to be switching things around. So the first thing I changed was I no longer have them organized by alphabetical order of the player's name. I now have them organized by the year the player made their debut. So that way when we go through these binders, it's going to be older players into more modern players. So you'll kind of get a span of baseball history as we go along. Another thing I'm going to do is not actually have the binder up here with the top down view. I just didn't feel like fiddling with my camera to get all that done right. So I'm actually just going to be pulling the pages out of the binder and showing you and going through the cards, and then I'll put it back in the binder. Not that there was a huge issue with the top down view. It's just I really didn't enjoy it that much. So we're gonna try it out this way. We'll see how it works. We may go back to the top down view. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm already rambling. Let's roll the title sequence, and yeah, we'll get right into the binder and the first player. Okay, starting off, we got Mr. Cy Young here. Cy Young made his debut in 1890, way back in 1890, so well over 100 years ago. Cy Young played. There were players that are in the Hall of Fame that debuted before Cy Young, but I only have binder pages if I got 5 or more of a player's card, and there's a reason for that, because 5 pages or 5 cards will fill up half a binder page, which makes it worth it to use the binder page. So only 6 Cy Young cards here. We got a Fleer Greats of the Game. We got a Cooperstown Cy Young. I'm surprised the camera's not really focusing. Let me see if we can make it focus. Okay, that should be pretty good right there. We got a Cooperstown Cy Young from Panini. Career Best Legends insert Cy Young. And then down here we got a... This is also another thing that makes it easy to just pull out the pages. You can flip the landscape cards. So here's a historic through line Cy Young with Roger Clemens. Maybe one day that'll be in the multi Hall of Famers. Here we got a Upper Deck 20th Century Showcase Cy Young shiny card, and a Upper Deck World Series Heroes Cy Young. Next player on the list made their debut in 1897, and that is the Flying Dutchman, as it says here on this Diamond King nicknames card. The Flying Dutchman, Honus Wagner. So there's a Diamond Kings. Here's a gray frame Diamond Kings. This one's actually numbered. It's kind of hard to see there. 57 out of 99. And then we got a regular Diamond Kings base card. And then we got a Crown Royale die cut here. I'm not sure what year this is from. It says it on the back. 2015. This one's actually numbered on the back. 8 out of 50. So nice little numbered purple Crown Royal card. Here's a Baseball Greats from Swell. And then we got a Legendary Lineage here, Topps insert with Hanley Ramirez. And then moving down, we got a Topps T06. And then we got, not an original, of course, obviously. And then we got an Allen and Ginter from 2018. And then Topps Archives down here. Love that photo of Honus Wagner. Shows what baseball fields were probably like back then. A little bit beat up, more than likely. All right, got a few more Honus Wagner cards here. Got the Topps Chrome die cut, Decade's Best 1900s, 3000 Hits Club. And then we got Upper Deck All-Time Legends, Honus Wagner, We got a Upper Deck Epic Events. It says Wagner becomes first MLB player of the 20th century to collect 3,000 base hits. We got World Series Heroes, and then U.S. playing cards, Honus Wagner here. And closing it out with a Whitehall Legends hologram card. It's kind of hard to see, but that is Honus Wagner on there from Whitehall. I think those were released in '92, but don't quote me on that. Okay, the next player we got is Christy Matthewson. Made his debut in 1900. As you can see, he was part of that inaugural Hall of Fame class of 1936, along with Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner, all voted in 1936. Here we got the 300 insert, which was from Diamond Kings. It celebrated 300 game winners. We got Christy Matthewson, Cooperstown from Panini. Stadium Club, always great photos of I love Stadium Club with the old time players, especially dead ball era players. Just really cool to see colorized photos because, you know, they lived in a color world, not in a black and white world, no matter what we may think. Here's a career best legends insert from Topps, and then a 150 greatest moments Christy Matthewson. This is the green border that came in the Target blister packs. The back of this one says, in an almost inconceivable feat, Matthewson shut out the Athletics 3 times in a 6-day span of the 1905 World Series. He allowed just 4, 4, and 5 hits in games 1, 3, and 5, respectively, with the latter clinching the crown for New York. So, as you can see, they pitched on much shorter rest back then. I don't think they were putting the toll on their bodies that pitchers nowadays put on. But, you know, they said Christy Matthewson he had a fastball, for sure. Alright. Next up is a player that made their debut in 1905. We got, that's right, Ty Cobb. That one time was the all-time hits leader for a long time, until Pete Rose broke his record in the 80s. So, highest career batting average down there, it says 366. Here's a blue-framed Diamond Kings. And then Hall of Fame Heroes insert from Diamond Kings. And here's a red-framed Diamond Kings here. This is the puzzle card from '83. This is the puzzle card reprint. This was actually from 2003. Donruss did a 20-year anniversary of the '83 set. Sport Kings. This is the black pack retail, I believe. Yeah. And then Ted Williams collection. Ty Cobb and a legendary lineage. Ty Cobb and Curtis Granderson. More Ty Cobb here. We got a CMGR reprint here, Ty Cobb. This was a set released by Topps. It was an insert set. 1921 National Caramel is what it says on the back. Actually made its appearance in the market over a 3-year span. Cobb was not among the 5 players. George Burns, Jimmy Dykes, Pete Kilduff, Frank Snyder, and Milton Stock, who got multiple billing in the 120 card issue, but his specimen remains one of the most coveted. Although he'd hit 389, 12, and 101 that season, he identified solely as the Detroit Tigers manager. It's interesting. And then we got another, well, this is Diamond Duos with Ty Cobb and Miggy. Probably a multi-Hall of Famer card before long. Gold Standard, 3,000 hits, Ty Cobb. Then we got, I really love the gold theme that Topps did in 2012, I believe it was. Golden Greats, all these are from 2012. Another Golden Greats. This first one is Cooperstown preview. This one says Sweet 16 for Cobb. This one is Home Run Title and Inside Job. This one says Cobb extends streak to 40. And then here we got Chasing History, Ty Cobb, Car Chase. Pretty interesting story if you read the back of that one. And then we got Greatest Seasons, Ty Cobb from 150 Years. In fact, let's read the car one because I find that story kind of funny. 1910, Cobb chased a car. That would be his prize from the Chalmers Automobile Company should he win its inaugural award for the batting championship. After a complicated controversy, Ty was declared the titleist, but both he and Nap Lajoie got a Model 30. So I guess they tied for batting average that year. But they both got a car, which was probably a very big deal in 1910. Alright, so more Ty Cobb here. We got Team Uniform Evolution. This one's got Miggy on the back, as you can see here. Greatness Returns with Ty Cobb and Bryce Harper. Kind of an odd comparison there, as two totally different players. Ty Cobb's more of your, ultimate hitter, while Bryce Harper is good, but more of a power hitter, strikes out a lot. Here's Ty Cobb, Allen and Ginter from 2017. Topps Archives on the 71 design here, and then the 75 design. Topps Lineage, Ty Cobb. 3000 Hits Club, Don't Blink, Ty Cobb. Of course, man was very fast on the base pass. And then a Upper Deck Legends, Ty Cobb. Now I think this last page only has one card on it. It does. It is the World Series Heroes, Ty Cobb. Alright, the next player made their debut in 1907, so was playing at the same time as Ty Cobb and all the rest of these folks. That is Tris Speaker. Made it to the Hall of Fame in the second year of its existence, 1937. Tris Speaker. Here is the Diamond Kings 1919 throwback, and then a framed Tris Speaker with the regular Tris Speaker. So you see the 2020 design there. Fleer Greats of the Game Tris Speaker. Another Career Best Legends. And then here we got Legendary Lineage with Grady Sizemore. Sizemore was supposed to be the next great Hall of Fame type player, but he was pretty good, just didn't, I think he had injuries and stuff. And then Ginter Greats, greatest to ever hold a bat and ball, Tris Speaker from 2019, Allen and Ginter. Always love Ginter inserts, great designs on those. Alright, this next pitcher made their debut in 1911. That is Pete, or I should say Grover Alexander, aka Pete Alexander. That is a action-packed, followed by Diamond Kings from 2018, and then 2019 Diamond Kings. You can see they use the same image, just different card design. This is Flair or Fleer. I don't remember exactly what this set is called. It's kind of hard to read. Okay, it says Fleer Fall Classic is the set. And then this right here is a TCMA, I believe. Oh no, it's a Galasso. So this company right here, Renata Galasso Incorporated. If you ever see these cards around there, they're called Galasso Glossy or something along those lines. Galasso Greats. With a Grover Cleveland Alexander Galasso Greats. Cool picture on that card. So only 5 Grover Alexander cards, but 5 pretty cool ones. Alright, up next is a player that made his debut in 1914. And probably widely considered by many to be the greatest baseball player of all time. Some may just consider him the greatest hitter of all time. Some may just consider him the greatest power hitter of all time. But there's no denying the impact this man made on the game, and that is Babe Ruth. Made his debut in 1914 with the Boston Red Sox. Of course, got sold to the Yankees, and then that faded trade. Was it a trade? It was more of a sale. I think they just straight up sold him to the Yankees. And then he proceeded to change the game as a member of the Yankees. So here we go. We got Diamond King Sultan of Swat variation, the regular variation, and then the 19 reprints, and then these are the Babe Ruth collection. I'm actually missing card number 2 of this set. I think it's card number 2 that I'm missing. Yeah, card number 2. It was like a 4 card set that was in the blaster boxes. Another Diamond Kings framed red, that's 2020 design. And then down here we got a Fleer Greats of the Game Babe Ruth Yankee clippings. Pretty cool. And then we got some of those Leaf Babe Ruth cards. A lot of people weren't a fan of this set, but I love this set. I love the photos they got in here. Some great photography. And this set reminds me of Conlon collection stuff, but great photography. Here's a Topps Lineage Babe Ruth. Speaking of great photography and colorization, Stadium Club, and then a swell baseball greats Babe Ruth. And this next page, we got a legendary lineage with A-Rod, CMG reprint here, Golden Greats Babe Ruth. It says spooky return on the bottom. Highlight of the year, first MLB All-Star game, 1933, which is probably, well, I was right at towards the end of Babe's career. He had already been in the league 19 years by that time. 1935, Babe Ruth. It goes 4 for 4, 3 homers, then retires 5 days later with the Boston Braves, I believe. And then MLB debut, there it is, July 11th, 1914, as a pitcher for the Red Sox. And then franchise feats, Babe Ruth. Historic through lines, Bronx Bombers with Aaron Judge. And then a Allen and Ginter numbers game, Babe Ruth. Jersey number 3. I never really looked at the back of this card. See what it says. Retired by team. 1948. Yankees greats to wear number 3. George Selkirk and Bud Matheny. MLB greats to wear number 3. Earl Averill, Bill Terry, Harmon Killebrew, Murphy, Baines, Trammell. Got a few more Babe Ruth cards to look at, and then we'll be moving on. I know this video is going to be a little bit longer because I'm rambling away talking about these cards. The Babe Ruth archives on the 93 design. Chrome die cut, Decade's Best. Master and Apprentice, another one with him and Aaron Judge from Gallery. Postseason Preeminence, Babe Ruth, and then we got a Top Salute, and then Upper Deck All-Time Heroes, Babe Ruth, and then to close it out, a World Series Heroes down here. And then let's move on to the next player who made their debut in 1915. So a year after Babe Ruth. I only got 5 cards of this player, and that is George High Pockets Kelly. George Kelly. There's the Diamond Kings. There's the framed, blue framed, and then the red framed. And then some Conlon collection there. You see George Kelly got voted in 1973. So well after his playing career. Finally made it in the Hall of Fame. And then High Pockets. I don't even know if he was alive when he got voted in. Let's see, he made it in 1973, and it says here he died in 1984. So yeah, he was still alive when he got voted in. So maybe he was able to make the event, which would have been pretty cool for somebody that was at his advanced age. He was born in 1895, so he was 80 years old, maybe pushing 90 when he got voted in. So George High Pockets Kelly. Alright, moving on, quite a few seasons, in fact 8 seasons into the future, player that made their debut in 1923, the middle of Babe Ruth's heyday, became his most well-known teammate, and that is the Iron Horse Lou Gehrig. Here showing he won the MVP in 1936, most valuable player Lou Gehrig. It's from the Conlon collection. Puzzle card from 87 Donruss, or 86 Donruss, I believe. Down here you got Donruss Elite, Lou Gehrig, 49 home runs in 1936. All-time career best is what it says on the side there. Lou Gehrig, 49 home runs. No wonder he won the MVP that year. This is the high grade. Some people call them something else. Or baseball all-time grades. I call them the high grade. This is the orange border. I heard that the orange border is not the most common. See, this card's, got some issues, but, I'm always cool with stuff that goes in my binder looking like whatever. Here's a Nestle Lou Gehrig. It says golden era at the bottom. A Pinnacle Idols with Lou Gehrig and Robin Ventura, I believe. Yeah, Robin Ventura. And then moving on down here, we got a Stadium Club Chrome Refractor Lou Gehrig. Nice little shiny there. History of the game, Lou Gehrig replaces Wally Pipp in 1925. So I got him making debut in 1923, and he didn't replace Wally Pipp and begin that long consecutive game streak until 1925. And then here we got a mini 72 design Lou Gehrig. Alright, a few more Gehrig cards here. We got a Chasing History Lou Gehrig insert, and then we got a Highlight of the Year. Lou Gehrig retires from baseball in 1939. Of course, that famous speech. We got Lou Gehrig Archives, and then World Series Heroes Lou Gehrig. Alright, this next player made their debut in 1925, so the same year that Lou Gehrig replaced Wally Pipp. This person was voted into the Hall of Fame in 1947. I only got 5 cards of him, so this will be a quick one, and that is Mickey Cochran from the Philadelphia Athletics, catcher. You can see up there, Hall of Fame 1947, all-time leader, highest career batting average for a catcher, 320. I don't know if that's still standing or not, but as of what is this, 92 Conlon, and that was, I'm pretty sure, true. Diamond Kings. And then we got an artist proof Diamond Kings there, as you can see, the artist proof. And then Fleer Greats of the Game, Decade Greats, 1930s, Mickey Cochran. Alright, a player that made his debut the year after Mickey Cochran, 1926, Mel Ott came on the scene. As you can see, voted in the Hall of Fame, 1951, from the New York Giants. Mel Ott, 500 home run hitter. Trivia, most home runs in one ballpark, Mel Ott. We got a Hall of Fame Heroes, and then we got Diamond Kings, Greats of the Game, Mel Ott, Career Best Legends. Kind of an odd batting stance, lifting the front leg totally off the ground, leaning back. Pretty upright here. As you can see there, he like kicked his foot forward. So look at where the bat's being held. Not up here, like today, where they keep their hands locked. He's on the almost to his knees down here. Here's a Mel Ott Greatest Players green variation, and then a Mel Ott on the 75 design. So his batting stance worked back then. What am I to say? Not sure it'll work today, but you never know. Somebody might come along with a crazy batting stance. Like, how did they even make that work? Like Gary Sheffield, his waving of the bat, I'm like, how does he even have that bat ready to go? You know, he's waving around so much. Alright, next up after Mel Ott, we have a player that made their debut in 1930 and voted into the Hall of Fame in 1972, and that is Lefty Gomez, pitcher for the New York Yankees. Here we got a red framed Lefty Gomez and the regular Diamond Kings. We got a Colgan's Chips from Panini Cooperstown, and then Legends of New York from Upper Deck. And he's got the actual little, this is actually felt right here. Cool little set here with the felt die cut logo on it. It's pretty cool. So Lefty Gomez, don't know much about Lefty Gomez off the top of my head. I need to read the back of some of his cards I got so I can learn more about him. Alright, now on to a player that made their debut in 1936, so the year the Hall of Fame came into being. This player was making their debut as a rookie, and what a rookie he was. It is Mr. Bob Feller. There is a SP Legendary Bob Feller, Legendary Cuts, followed by a gold foil Stadium Club and a regular Stadium Club Bob Feller. Distinguished Service, as many of you know, Bob Feller went and served in the military. This is Memorable Moments, Topps first baseball card. I put this in Bob Feller's collection because he's front and center in that pile of cards there. And then we got a Bob Feller Greatest Moments. You're showing him in his Army gear. Franchise Feats, Bob Feller. First game in AL history. Interesting. I wonder what that means. First game. Broke American League color barrier. Interesting. The 2019 season marks the 150th anniversary of professional baseball and the 119th of the franchise in Cleveland. Along the way, the team, beginning in the 19th century, has also been called the Blues. Sorry, I'm not even holding on camera. The Broncos and the Naps. Interesting. Then we got Bob Feller and Corey Kluba. Kluba needs an Uba. And then a reprint iconic card reprint, Bob Feller. Down here on the bottom left, that is a reprint of 1948 Bowman. I believe that's what it says. Alright, a couple more Bob Feller cards as we move slowly through this binder. We got Archives, we got Topps Fire, green. This one's numbered out of 199, number 15 out of 199. Decades Best Bob Feller, 1950s, and then a Upper Deck Legends Bob Feller. Alright, the same year that Bob Feller made his debut in the league, so did this man, Jumpin' Joe DiMaggio. Jumped onto a great team there with Lou Gehrig, although he only got to play with Lou for a couple seasons. There's a Hall of Fame Heroes Joey D, Diamond Kings, and then DK Originals. Looks like a continuation of that picture. I think that's Archives. I think it's an Archives Joe DiMaggio Whatever Works insert from Topps. And then we got a Piece of History Upper Deck here. And then the Baseball Heroes Joe DiMaggio from Upper Deck. And then we got Hall of Fame Gallery and Legends of New York Joey D. A few more cards here. We got a Joe DiMaggio Upper Deck here. Oops. And then we got a World Series Heroes. And then closing it out with a Monument Park from Upper Deck Legends. Pretty cool card there with Monument Park there in the background. Alright. Player that made his debut in 1938 was a teammate of Bob Feller, and that is Lou Boudreau. Here's a past and present insert with him and Frankie Lindor. Team Heroes from Donruss. Lou Boudreau. We got a Lou Boudreau as a manager here. Red Sox 100th. Red Sox manager. And then a Lou Boudreau 75 design from Archives. And then another Archives card here. Lou Boudreau, Hall of Famer, voted in 1970. Joining teammate Bob Feller. Alright, another teammate of Bob Feller. This player made his debut in 1939. Part of a stupid, good starting pitching rotation, and that is Early Win. This is a reprint, Early Win, Bowman reprint, and then we got 300 game winners, Early Win, and then this is a TCMA, I believe. Yeah, TCMA from 1979. I think that's the date on it. It says 1979. And then we got a Archives Early Win, and then a Early Win from Upper Deck Piece of History down here. Yeah, him and Bob Feller, real good pitching duo on the Indians, and that's not even all of them. You had Mike Garcia, who never made the Hall of Fame, but is a borderline Hall of Fame. I mean, if he pitched and put up his numbers in today's world, he'd be a no doubt Hall of Famer. But you also had another player you'll see here in a little while on that same rotation. Alright, the Splendid Splinter. Ted Williams made his debut in 1939, same year as Early Win. I believe he was 19 when he came up. The Splendid Splinter, Ted Williams. This is Donruss or Diamond Kings from 2002, and then 2013 Diamond Kings, I believe. Ted Williams collection insert. Portraits, Diamond Kings insert, the 500 home run hitters, 2019, and then Hall of Fame Heroes insert, and another 2019. Oh, this is 2018, this is 2019. And then we got a Ted Williams America's Pastime orange border. This one's numbered 106 out of 125. Ted Williams from America's Pastime or something like that. More Ted Williams here, some Stadium Clubs. That's the gold foil there and the regular. Another Stadium Club here, showing up his Marine Corps recruiting poster. And then we got a Swell Baseball Greats, and then Ted Williams from his own card set, Ted Williams collection. Ted Williams Distinguished Service, U.S. Marines, and then some of these Ted Williams inserts from the year he hit .406, which was in 1941. Bunch of those insert cards. I don't have the whole set, but I got a few of them. Here's some more of those inserts. At one point he was hitting .434 in June. It's pretty wild. There's a mini 72 design, a cut to the chase die cut. These actually came in blaster boxes back in the day. And then Spring Fever, Ted Williams. Archetypes. Highlight of the year. Ted Williams finished seasons with .406. And then a silver pack on the 87 design, Ted Williams. Nice and shiny. Alright, memorable moments. Ted Williams, home run final career at bat. Memorable moments, .406 batting average. Ted Williams here. Greatest moments, Ted Williams. And it may not look like anything special, but this is actually a black border of these. As you can see on the back, it is numbered at a 299. Franchise feats, Ted Williams. Turkey Red, Ted Williams. Allen and Ginter, Too Legit to Quit, What a Day. Allen and Ginter from 2017, Archives. And Gallery Hall of Fame, Ted Williams. Alright, we got 150 Years of Fun from opening day, Ted Williams, Avid Fisherman. Rarities, Ted Williams, Slams, homer, and final career at bat. And then Tape Measure Blast, 530 feet, Ted Williams. Of course, they had that red seat out there for him. Storybook Endings, Ted Williams, 1960. And then the Ted Williams Baseball Heroes set from 92 Upper Deck. Got all those, I believe, except for the autograph version. And closing it out, there's the last few Baseball Heroes cards. Alright, the next player made their debut in 1939, same year as Ted Williams, an early win. And that was Pee Wee Reese. So 1939 was a pretty good rookie class as far as what I got in my collection. 3 Hall of Famers from 1939. Actually, no, Pee Wee Reese was 1940. So I misspoke on that. Yeah, 1940 Pee Wee Reese. So a year after Ted Williams. Here's a framed Diamond Kings, and then a regular Diamond Kings, and then a regular Diamond Kings. I'll try to speed it up a little bit here because I've been recording a long time. Flair Greats, a Pee Wee Reese red foil from Diamond Kings. Awesome picture there. Pee Wee Reese on the 2002 design, probably Archives. Oh no, it's Vintage Legends. Was the insert set on that one? Top 60. You may have heard me say this before. This is one of my favorite insert sets. Just love the design on that one. Historic Through Lines with Corey Seager. And then a Pee Wee Reese Gallery, I think. Topps Archives, actually. Not sure of the year on that one. I don't have it in front of me. But that is the Pee Wee Reese. I got one more card over here. Starting off a new binder page. Pee Wee Reese. Upper Deck Vintage. Alright, as I mentioned before, that Cleveland Indians rotation had Bob Feller, had early win, had Mike Garcia, who's not a Hall of Famer, but a really good pitcher, and it also had this guy, who happens to be a Hall of Famer, made his debut in 1941, and that is Bob Lemon, here as a manager of the Yankees, but there he is right there, Bob Lemon, Colgan's Chips. Here he is as manager of the White Sox. And here he is as a player, Bob Lemon, 1948, No Hits Tigers. Bob Lemon, Archives. And then Upper Deck Classics and a Upper Deck Vintage here, Bob Lemon. So, 3 Hall of Famers on that Indian staff from back then. The last time that happened was Atlanta with Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz. But I think the Indian staff was better when you add in Mike Garcia. Because the Braves had like a rotating door of, the 2 pitchers that would follow up, Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz. You had, players like Steve Avery that fell off because of injuries, and then you had players like Kevin Millwood, Mike Hampton. Actually, Mike Hampton was after that era. But yeah, you just had like these rotating players that, you know, would sometimes be good and sometimes not be good. They weren't consistent. But I would give the edge of the Indians just because of Mike Garcia. All right. Now for a player that made their debut in 1941, same year as Bob Lemon. One of the also considered one of the greatest players of all time. That is Stan the Man Musial. Here he is, Hall of Fame sluggers. And then we got most valuable player. Here's a Stan Musial. A little backstretching here. Stan Musial Stadium Club red foil. Sorry, kind of had a brain fart there. Stan Musial secures NL MVP in 1943, so he won the MVP. He made his debut in 41 and won the MVP in 43. Legend Stan Musial, greatest players Stan Musial, greatest seasons Green Border, 3000 Hits Club, and then 20th Century Showcase from Upper Deck Stan Musial, and then a couple more Upper Deck Legends and a World Series Heroes. Alright folks, we're getting closer to the end of this binder. Once again, sorry for the length of it. I like to ramble, but it is a binder video, so you know, you could have just hit play and gone for a ride. We got a Warren Spahn here. Warren Spahn made his debut in 1942. He was a rookie. Warren Spahn the 300. Warren Spahn puzzle from 89 Donruss. Warren Spahn Stadium Club. Warren Spahn and Tommy Hanson, legendary lineage. Of course, Tommy Hanson was nowhere near Warren Spahn as a pitcher, and also rest in peace, Tommy Hanson. We got 2013 Allen and Ginter, and then we got 2017 Allen and Ginter, and 2019 Allen and Ginter. I believe that is a short print. Gypsy Queen and U.S. playing cards. Warren Spahn. The thing about Warren Spahn, I looked up his stats on Baseball Reference. He had 360 wins, and I think he missed 3 seasons for military service during World War II. So you take those 3 seasons. Now granted, they were early in his career and there are no givens when making assumptions, but he was, let's see, he had 364 wins. That makes him what, 36 shy of 400 wins. Warren Spahn could have had 400 wins if he didn't miss 3 seasons for the wartime. It's pretty interesting thought there. Okay. Probably one of my favorite players, even though I never got a chance to see him play. Just like the things he said always made me laugh when I read them. It's somebody that made their debut in 1946 and also considered one of the greatest Yankees of all time, and that is Yogi Berra. He may not have put up the numbers like a Babe Ruth or a Lou Gehrig or a DiMaggio, but was a catcher, came up with big hits, and had some great lines whenever he spoke. Yogi Berra. Greats of the Game, Colgan's Chips, Legendary Cuts. There he is with Roger Maris, Chasing History, Yogi Berra. And then Topps Archives. Alright, a few more Yogi Berras here. We got All-Time Heroes. This is the 125th anniversary parallel. You see the stamp there on the side. We got Endless Summer. And then Hall of Fame Gallery. You can see they have the same image. And then last but not least, we got the Legends of New York with the felt team name down here. Next player in the binder was somebody that made their debut in 1947, so a year after Yogi Berra. And that is Duke Snyder, the Duke of Flatbush. Here he is, Hall of Fame sluggers from Diamond Kings, Fleer Greats of the Game, Stadium Club, another Stadium Club, Legendary Lineage with Andre Ethier, Top Salutes, Decade's Best Chrome, Duke Snyder. Here he is, looking like a manager. I think he was a manager of the Mets, maybe. I don't know. Was he a manager then, or was he still a player, just Just a ripened player. It's from 2001 archives. Well, it says outfield, so, you know, that's a new one on me. I just didn't even think about Duke Snyder playing with the Mets. I just assumed he was a manager just seeing his picture. And then we got archives. Another archives, I believe. Yeah. Alright. Alright. How about a teammate? Actually, got a few more Duke Snyder cards here. Another archives. There's a Duke of Flashbush. Duke of Flatbush from archives, and then a World Series Heroes. Okay, as I was saying, 1947, Duke Snyder made his debut. Another pair made their debut in 1947, and it was kind of a big deal. You know what I'm talking about. Mr. Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier. Jackie Robinson all-time Diamond Kings. Jackie Robinson Stadium Club. Then we got Jackie Robinson Stadium Club. Legendary Lineage of Matt Kemp. Bowman, I think. Reprint. That's CMG reprint. 87 Mini. Golden Greats, Jackie Robinson. And we got Wrigley Field, 100 Years, Jackie Robinson. This is a Rediscover Topps reprint here, Jackie Robinson. And then Archives. And then a Decade's Best Chrome, 1950s, Jackie Robinson. Followed by another Archives. So 2 different Archives cards here. Actually, no, this top one's Iconic Card reprint. You can see the back of it there. So, Iconic Card reprint and then Archives. Here we got Topps Lineage with the same image as this Rookie Sensations, 1947. And then we got a Top Salute, Jackie Robinson, followed by Storybook Endings, followed by Perennial All-Stars, Jackie Robinson. And then we got an 85 design, followed by a Numbers Game, Jackie Robinson, followed by Upper Deck from 2001, I believe. And then the Endless Summer from Hall of Famers. And then Upper Deck Legends. And then finally Upper Deck Legends of New York, Jackie Robinson. Okay, our last player made their debut in 1950. And also considered one of the best Yankees pitchers of all time. And that is Mr. Whitey Ford. There's a shiny Bowman refractor. 2014 Classics Whitey Ford. Greats of the Game. This is a Cooperstown collection from the Sausage Company. What was it called? Cons. Leaf here is a baseball. Followed by Leaf, the National for 2012. This is called a Sekeli, I believe. Living Legends, or this one's a Sekeli. I don't know. There's some weird cards. This is made by Sports Co. So like these aren't even listed in like Beckett as existing. This one's called a Sekeli right here. And then we got a Stadium Club here, smashed in between those 2 oddball cards. So Sports Co, Stadium Club, and a Sekeli Superstar. And then we got a Archives from 2001, I believe. Pitcher Coach, P Coach. And then we got CC and Whitey Ford. And then we got a iconic, this is Topps Lost Cards. Top Lost Cards. Whitey Ford. Greatest Players. This one is Fan Favorites, I believe. Might be Archives. All-time Fan Favorites is this. Baseball Legends from Allen and Ginter, 2016. Topps Archives from 2001. Archives again. And then this is another Archives. Quite a few Whitey Ford Archives. Another Whitey Ford Archives here, I believe. Yep. Gypsy Queen. Whitey Ford Now and Then with CC. And then we got triple threads here. This one's the gold, and this is the sepia, I believe. Yeah, gold and sepia. It's really kind of hard to see on camera. But this one's numbered out of 99. This one out of 5. Alright, this is Upper Deck Yankees Classics here. Followed by Yankee Stadium Legacy. Sorry, my auto turned off. Alright, Yankee Stadium Legacy. We got 2 of those. I'm not sure if this is the box set version or what. They look different than the other Yankee Stadium Legacy cards. And then we got a Upper Deck all-time heroes down here. And then finally we got a few more Whitey Ford cards. We got Diamond Legends from Upper Deck. I don't know what set that is. That is from... I'm not sure what set that's from. Goodwin Champions from 2009, Whitey Ford. Yes, Goodwin Champions at one time had licensing. And then another Legends of New York. Some nice felt here. Whitey Ford. Alright folks, so that takes us to the end of our first binder. Let me know what you thought about the video. Sorry that it's as long as it is, but you know, when you're going through multiple binder pages, sometimes it get a bit long when you're talking about each and every card, or almost about each and every card. But yeah, let me know what you think about this format where I'm just actually like kind of showing the pages up close instead of the top-down view. Let me know what you prefer, because I'll do it either way. This is kind of, it's not really easier. The setup's easier, I should say. The top-down setup is just a pain, and I really don't want to go through it with this binder, so I just kind of pulled the pages out of it and then put them back in as I went along. So that probably contributed to, you know, the additional time as far as than just flipping pages. But I like being able to zoom in up close. I think that was the that was my main benefit from pulling the binder pages out. So yeah, that is Hall of Fame binder number 1, which featured players that debuted all the way up until 1950 and made it to the Hall of Fame. There's quite a few players that aren't in that binder that could be, and it's just mainly because I do not have their cards. A lot of those dead ball era guys, if they weren't getting reprints in modern times, I probably don't have their cards. If the only cards they have available are, you know, early 1900s, you know, tobacco cards, yeah, those are well out of my price range. So, you know, I mainly collect modern prints of old players like that because, you know, the old stuff's, you know, quite a bit out of my price range. But yeah, so let me know what you thought about this video. You know, leave a comment in the description below. Did I run too long? Did I talk too much? Did I not talk enough? Let me know. Yeah, so just a reminder, if you happen to make it this far, I really appreciate all the support. And remember, you only control 2 things: it's your thoughts and your actions. So stay positive, keep collecting them cards, keep filling up them binders, and remember, give Smile a hug, it'll make you feel better. This is the Card Obvious. I'll catch you all later. Peace.